My name is Taylor Stockmaster. I will be a fourth-year student here at Cleveland State in just a few weeks. And I wanted to thank you, Dr. Rashid, for answering a few questions today and kind of participating in this.
Sure. So my name is Timeka Rashid. I serve as the Assistant Vice President, Inclusive Student Engagement in our Division of Student Affairs. And I'm excited to be here. I say the short version of my title is the Assistant Vice President of Student Affairs, where I work with student engagement and across our division to support all of our different areas and functions, as well as other university initiatives. So.
Of course, I know that we all appreciate that on campus too.
Oh, it's good work. It's good work. It's good outside of the classroom work.
Okay, so I guess I'll start in with the questions. Before setting foot on campus, what would you say are the top 5 things that students should know?
A couple things, and I'm just looking here. First and foremost, the signage. Students should know that the university has worked really hard over the last couple months to provide them with signage that directs them to where the sanitary stations are, to wear their masks. Students should be aware in looking at places that there are points of hygiene, points of resources on campus. The second thing I would say is that there will be a number of safety and health resources. Currently, we're looking to employ over 40 student ambassadors that will be known as safety ambassadors. The safety ambassadors will be on campus to provide reminders, serve as points of contact for their students. Denise Carey in Health and Wellness will serve as that point and coordinator for the safety ambassadors. She's currently our peer educator. And so looking for those students who will provide reminders, just check-ins, ask questions, point them in directions, remind them of things that they may need. Those students will be there. Another thing is to look at online utilization. So because we're mainly going to be online, classes are heavily online, know that your support and resources will also be online. So in the past, you may have looked at social media and Twitter and Instagram, but that's going to be really important more so now, which goes into point 4. Many of your administrators may not be visible in the office as they were. So if you were part of clubs and organizations and you were used to going to certain offices, we will encourage you to make sure you're connected with people online. Many of your administrative offices will have virtual help desks, so there's still an opportunity for you to connect with your favorite area, whether if that's the LGBTQ center, or whether if that's counseling. We will still be available online, and that's going to be really important. And the 5th thing I will say for students is to think about space. Space may look different, space may feel different, and how we're optimizing and utilizing space. So for example, dining that you may have gotten to, or it's going to be more spaced out. Looking and utilizing online again to order in for dining for places like Chili's, places that you were used to utilizing for programs or activities may very well be used for classroom space now. So that's the 5th thing I will just tell students.
My next question is, will there be any lectures focused on student safety procedures, such as social distancing?
I think what we're looking at is, first of all, we've been utilizing student leaders over the course of the summer, engaging fellow students to think about fellow students. And that some of those students who are coming from a diverse student organizations, a range of those, have identified some key principles that they feel that are important that in terms of programming, one of which is mental health and safety, as well as health. So we will be working with those student organizations along with our health and wellness team to look at ways that we can think about optimizing and developing resources like videos, like things that you can upload quickly on websites and Twitter and social media. So yes.
I personally feel like I've been doing a good job of keeping my distance from others, but sometimes I notice that people come up behind me or invade my space. What do you think is a good way to handle a situation like that?
I would say here's the things to think about as your administrative team. Some people have very different identifications of what personal space is. And before we were in the pandemic, personal space was really important for a lot of people, and it's defined very different. So one piece of advice that I would offer would be, one, if they're wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, based on your comfort level, just reminding them very gently, respectfully, with civil discourse, that this is your personal space. You also care about their health and well-being as well. So you want to make sure that you all are both in maintaining your 6 feet in distance apart and social distancing. I think that's the key, is the ability to remind people in a good, respectful way, but also to make sure you remind them that this is not only for your protection, but their protection as well. We have a couple of things that we're planning. Part of what I think is important is that we care about your safety and well-being, so we're looking to provide welcome kits. Those welcome kits will contain thermometers, lanyards, as well as masks. So we're looking and we're organizing that distribution that will occur over the Saturday as we move in to the first week of classes. That's a huge piece. The second piece is that we're looking to make sure that students know that we still want you to feel like you're connected. The online platforms that we're providing and we're working really diligently on, make sure you connect. Dropping an email is going to be key. There's a number of administrators who are going to be there to support. We also are there to remind people and support you in feeling comfortable. So student conduct and reminders of student conduct and that social contract that students will have to go through, as well as the self-health assessment. You have administrators who will be here to help you work through that, to help you to make sense of that. Accommodations as well. Maybe some of the students that can't wear their mask. The Office of Disability Services are there to help make sure you walk through some of that, and serving as a liaison with your academic faculty as well.
I appreciate you taking the time to answer a few questions today, and I know that everyone I know personally will think this is super helpful, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, Taylor. And if you all need anything, I would always say, please feel free to contact and look at our Division of Student Affairs or our Student Life website for more information. We have various social media platforms to keep students supported as well as engaged.